Okay, so last but not least, we have the zodiac readings for June 2022 for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So thank you all for being patient with me as I finished out these readings. But again, this is going to be the June reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For your reading, I'm going to be pulling from an illuminated tarot deck, the Energy Oracle, and a Starseed Oracle. So let's go ahead and get started with your messages. Wow, so your cards came out super duper fast, Aries, at lightning speed, and the cards are strategy and Archangel Gabriel with the throat chakra. So speak strategically in the month of June, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. As the Aries, which is ruled by Mars, sometimes speech can be quick and sharp and even cut people a little bit. I border Aries, so believe me, I totally understand when it comes to the speech of Aries. I mean, not even intentionally speaking. Sometimes it could be intentional, but not even intentionally speaking. Some people can perceive your words to be harsh or sharp or blunt or to the point. I personally love that kind of honest speech, Aries, but this is just telling you to be careful when it comes to that in the month of June. I don't really want to say be careful, because I don't think that this message is that your words are going to get you in trouble. It's more just saying be strategic, right? So let me pull another card to see why you need to be strategic with your words. Okay, so appreciation, very interesting. The appreciation card came out. So again, another kind of card that's talking about how you're making other people feel. So you all could be expressing your love to someone in the month of June, expressing your appreciation to someone, but this energy can also be coming back to you, someone expressing their love and expressing their appreciation. So the words that you speak, I'm going to pull another card, Aries. Especially since I made you all wait 5 days, I'll pull an extra card for you. But the words you speak in the month of June are, I'm hearing, going to be of the utmost importance. Some of you could be doing some kind of public speaking. You could be preparing for some kind of speech. So if you're doing that, don't worry that it's going to go wrong or bad. This is just because you're already being strategic with your words. If you're planning some kind of presentation or some kind of speech or something like that, when you're writing your words out. Now, there's a technique that I teach my patients when, because I'm a psychologist, there's a technique that I teach my patients when it comes to helping them control the anger in their speech, because it's not just an Aries thing. For every single human being, when we're angry, we tend to say stuff with force. And the thing about the emotion of anger is it can sometimes cause you to say things that you wouldn't necessarily say, or you would have thought twice about, or maybe things that you don't even necessarily mean. So for some of you, to avoid some kind of argument, especially in a relationship, a close relationship, so with family or a partner, use the technique called pen and tongue. What this basically means is if someone says something or does something to you, especially if we're writing through text messages or emails or something like that, write out a draft, have someone review it if you want to. But what I tell people as a strategy for managing anger so that you don't end up causing things that are just going to backfire in the long run is, when you're angry, please express it. I'm not telling you to hold that anger in, especially as an Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's very important for you to be able to express anger and express it in a healthy way. What I'm just suggesting is, like, say your partner does something that pisses you off, instead of telling them all the ways that they're pissing you off, try writing it down first. Take like 10 minutes to yourself and do something to calm yourself down, and then go back and read what you wrote. And if after you read what you wrote, if you still want to say it to that person, that's fine. But you may find that after you read it, you may not want to say all that you said, or at least you may want to change the way you said it. So again, not a message for all of you, because I feel like some of you are just going to be strategic because you're planning out some kind of speech or presentation. But if you are not, well, even for those people who are planning out some kind of speech or presentation, I feel like there's just a cautionary energy to make sure that your throat chakra, you're speaking strategically. Also speaking your appreciation to someone. If there's been someone, Aries, someone in rising that you have been crushing on, or that you admire or have been appreciating, this is a really good month to say that, especially if it's a crush kind of situation. You may find that that energy is reciprocal. So just, you know, be strategic about it. Think about what you're going to say. Big message. And the other card that came out, this was on the bottom of the deck, and I shuffled and this card came out. So this Temple Path card definitely has a message for you. This Temple Path card usually talks about ancestral energy, your loved ones, your family, your ancestors. So again, I feel like there's just like this huge family energy. You all may be getting around family. Some of you may be prone to become argumentative, or maybe your family triggers you, so you get easily angered around family or certain members of your family. So just, if that's the case, you know, pay attention to what I said in the last 5 minutes that I've been speaking, because I think that's really going to be helpful for you in your month of June. But let me pull some tarot cards now to clarify these energies. Okay, another cautionary energy for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I just went to pick up the Starseed Oracle cards, and I didn't have a firm grip on them, so they all fell on the floor, and I had to sort of like reshuffle them, reorganize them. So again, with this throat chakra energy, whatever you can do to take care of your throat chakra in the month of June is going to be helpful, because if you don't have a firm grip on something, this even can be some of you who are preparing to do some kind of public speaking. This is not a kind of energy to wing it, because you are specifically being told to be strategic, write something down when it comes to what you are going to speak. Do some kind of practice, because that's really going to be helpful, because if you do something prematurely, it may cause a little bit of a mess. But again, like I want to make sure that I'm speaking about this in a balanced way, because I don't want to prevent those of you who need to go out and say something. This is not to prevent you from saying it. This is just saying the key to it being the most successful is being strategic, writing it down, making room to plan it, right? And then not forgetting to talk about your appreciation. So even if it's like you're having an uncomfortable meeting with someone, it could be a loved one, family members, where you need to tell them about all the things they're doing wrong. Make sure you buffer it a little bit with some appreciation, because not only will that person appreciate it, but I think it's going to be healing for you in some kind of way. Not really sure, but I'm going to pull your tarot cards now to clarify. Interesting. So, wow, look at this. So you have the Ten of Swords energy. This energy was definitely coming out. This energy of defeat, this energy of just feeling like some of you there could be a big thing with words that in the last few months, the last 3 to 9 weeks, the last 3 to 9 months, there could have just been something where you're feeling defeated, feeling like no matter what you say or what you do or how you plan, things are just not working out the way that you want them to. But that mostly has to do with this moon kind of energy, which talks about our subconscious energy, our own natural drives, our own natural urges. Aries, I feel like some of you have not been really expressing your anger in a healthy way, and it's been coming out maybe as like passive aggression, or maybe coming out indirectly to people that you really love, because you're not comfortable expressing the anger to someone who you need to express the anger to. So many ways that this can resonate for you. And if anything, I feel like just being very strategic, not overthinking or overanalyzing your words, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. But when you know there's some kind of confrontation or meeting or something coming up, just plan it out a little bit. Not in a way to cause anxiety, because you got this, you know, working on your throat chakra, you know that you'll be able to say things fluidly. You can even get throat chakra crystals to help. That's something I do when I have some kind of public speaking or big speech. I don't always do it, but with this kind of energy in your June, Aries, I would highly recommend getting some kind of blue crystal, blue stone to assist you. You can just like literally go on Amazon and look up throat chakra crystals, and usually a bunch of crystals may come up for you. So I think that'll be really helpful when it comes to your June, because your words are going to be your power this month, and these words that you speak strategically are going to plant some kind of seed. So moving out of that energy of defeat, Moving out of that energy of feeling like nothing you say is right. Wow, so you had the Moon card and you have the Star card. So a key to your words coming out in a very fluid way this month, Aries, is by taking care of yourself, making sure that you're nurturing yourself, making sure that there's room for healing your throat chakra, especially when it comes to, I highly recommend drinking more water this month. That's something that will unexpectedly have a positive impact on your throat chakra and how fluid you are in your speech. So yeah, make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Again, taking care of your throat chakra. You can, I'm always an advocate for looking up throat chakra binaural beats, because those frequencies can really assist in uplifting your throat chakra as well. So your words are going to be, this month is all about your words, what you're speaking. It's going to be very important, but not important that you want to overanalyze it, but you do want to plan it out. For some of you, it can be strategic, like saying maybe some of you are speaking too many words to certain people. Maybe you've explained yourself to someone over and over and over again, but they're not quite getting it. Being strategic is just like, you know, a sign that someone has really matured in their relationships is when you go from sending those paragraph long explanations to someone through text message and just replying with a few sentences. Now, again, I'm not saying there's not place for those long text messages, but being strategic is, you know, if you've explained yourself to someone, and because I feel like this is that defeat energy for some of you, where you feel like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, and someone's making you feel like no matter what you say, you know, it's just like it's wrong or something like that. I don't think that it's wrong what you're saying. They could be registering it as hostile or different than what you intended, but for some of you, that's just because someone you're communicating with, maybe they don't need that energy, you know. Maybe you are, I'm almost hearing hot air. Please don't get offended, Aries, because it's not in a negative kind of way. It's just that I feel like some of you are almost wasting your breath on the wrong person, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. My Mercury is in Aries, so I'm just going to say it very blunt. I feel like that's what it is for some of you. Wasting your breath on someone who just doesn't deserve your time. But again, not for all of you, because I feel like some of you are going to be speaking words of appreciation to someone who you should have been. And some of you are going to be speaking your anger or whatever you have been pent up. If someone's just has like been for like this hot air situation where I feel like someone's making you feel like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, they could be manipulating you a little bit and making it seem like because of your words that you're in the wrong or something like that. So again, a way to be strategic is like writing it down, and therefore you have evidence. You know, don't allow someone to interpret the intention behind your words and make you feel bad for it, especially if that wasn't your intention. So it could also just be like increasing your throat chakra by being able to better communicate what you mean to someone, your intention. Okay. All right, but beautiful way to end it out. Look at this. Page of Swords. We were talking about that air energy, talking about that throat chakra. So definitely with the Page of Swords. With this being right over the appreciation card, I feel like there are going to be words that you speak that people are going to appreciate, right? For some of you, I know I'm saying be strategic. For some of you, this is not for all of you. I'm just getting someone's energy just connected into mind. And I'm feeling that some of you have been dealing with like an asshole kind of boss who just like they're nasty to not only to you, but to many people. Some of you are going to stand up. It could not just be a boss. It could just be someone with a position of power or authority, or they feel like they have some kind of power or authority over you. And they're overdue for you telling them off, but doing it in a strategic way. I feel like other people are going to appreciate that. Not for all of you, but just for a select few of you. Because another big energy I'm getting from here is you all speaking your words of appreciation to someone else, okay? Now, the final card, which is a beautiful way to end up your June reading, is the Nine of Cups. So here's that fulfillment. Here's you feeling content, especially when it comes to your emotions. It can cause a lot of hard emotions when someone's making it seem like the way you're communicating is wrong or bad, or just because they don't understand it, sort of making it seem like that's your fault or your problem, especially when it comes to a family kind of situation. So just a big energy of your words, the words you speak in the month of June, leading to appreciation, leading to fulfillment, but first being strategic about it, working on your throat chakra. And then even if someone, like again, for that boss who just like or that boss or that person in a position of authority who some of you are going to be telling off this month, also sandwiching that, right? There's a way to tell someone off without cursing or being like, there's a way to use your words in a strategic way where you can get your message across without lowering yourself to someone else's level. Okay, so keep that in mind for your June. I'm going to finish out your reading by pulling some cards from the Starseed Oracle. Okay. All right, look at these, Aries. 3 cards came out for you, and I love that this one came out. It says, forge, don't follow. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. So again, this card is pretty much self-explanatory, especially when it comes to speaking out. That's a quality of leader. Some of you could have held in too many words. Again, the Aries vacillate depending on which level they're at. Aries in many of their beginning stages can hold back their words because of this defeat energy, because of the people around you. And then they can go through this stage where they're just saying a lot, and it's coming off almost as hot air where the people around you are just like having a hard time understanding you. But bringing that into balance by healing your throat chakra, that's what I feel like you are going to be doing this month. Being a leader, a new path is going to open up. For some of you, you're going to be doing some kind of public speaking, some kind of presentation. Whatever words you speak in public is going to open some kind of new path for you. Look at this. It says, surrender to sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. So beautiful energy for you, Aries. Some of you have just been holding back, especially when it comes to communicating your love to someone. Some of you could have been stuck in this kind of relationship where someone's not appreciating your words, but you're going to speak out, or you're going to express your love and appreciation for someone. You're going to see that they also feel the same way. Beautiful union coming for some of you in the month of June. And the final card, which I feel like is a great summary of this reading, is called, it says, soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. So you all are, especially with this being over the 9 of Cups, you are being called to step into some kind of leadership role. So if there is an opportunity for you to do some kind of speaking in the month of June, I highly recommend you take it, because this is a part of your calling. If it is the case that you all have been holding back your words, there's something you need to say to someone, this is the month to say it, because it's going to lead to a really nice, a really favorable outcome with this 9 of Cups energy. But that's all I have for your reading, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Also check out your Moon and Rising sign readings to get a better understanding of how your June is going to look. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.